Special thank you to all of my patrons, especially my precious pets. Wild Horizon, Nikki Bailey, Viewer Vix, Hybrid Sisters, Michelle, and Adventure, Lily Rosenhart, Ciandre, Destiny, Supanek, Toka, Luda Betty, and Lucy Scott Rushton. Well, look who's finally decided to hold up the part of the agreement that actually mattered. I don't think I've had this much fun dodging guards since they expanded the treasury a couple of years back. You learn a lot of funny things about your body when you're forced to hide in absurdly small places. And I might have had to move things around into places they shouldn't be. So give me a minute to get my bearings right. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Hey, at least give me a head start before you open the door. I just got out of dealing with the rest of your guards. Then what are you going to do? You're not going to hear much like that. The door's thick for a reason. Yeah, so that they don't have to hear all the degenerate things your secret lovers whisper in your ear in case His Highness comes to ask all the juicy details. Hey, if they don't hear it, then it didn't happen. Either way, I'll tell you what they're saying back there. You won't be able to leave for a bit until the big bad thief king gets caught, because he's dangerous and a major threat to palace security. He could be anywhere trying to grab even more valuables. Yeah, so pretty much nothing new. Unless they're saying really stupid things about my taste in treasures like they always do. Figures. What was the little king afraid I'd take this time? He never fails to have such a bad taste in jewelry. But that's perfectly fine since he probably won't be missing this. It's a lot nicer than the stuff he's been giving you, isn't it? Hey, no worries. It hasn't left the palace, and I don't plan on taking it with me. Because it's all yours now. Not from me, of course, but a nice present from His Highness, since it did belong to him. He has been so preoccupied with wedding preparations as it is, that a couple of gifts have probably slipped his mind, and not a single person has seen you around the treasury, so no one's going to question whether or not it's a gift. Those guards really do come in handy as alibis, huh? Why do you think I asked you to request a few? They do a lot more than just keep me on my toes and make the game all the more fun to play. So you're free to wear it proudly in front of everyone. No one's going to think someone else grabbed it for you. Well, for all intents and purposes, the little king got you a gift. And so did I, of course. Not for wearing in front of everyone else. Not a replacement for the silk either. It's a little hard to find something so priceless out on the street. Common fabric might not be something a royal would wear, but that's exactly the point. The offer to take you out is still there, and I don't think you'd want to catch anyone's attention. So long as we don't go through the areas you're from, I doubt many people would recognize you. And I doubt a majority of the people in the city would even recognize the face of their king, considering how no one bat an eye when he was out and about, hanging around the public for years. Why don't you tell me a little about the place you grew up in? I might know the area well enough. Oh, just in case it helps to remind me of any times we might have crossed paths with each other. Somewhere in the back of my head, I could possibly remember the places you've been to or the shops you've frequented. Might help for future reference when I decide to get you another gift. Even if I don't know the area, I wouldn't mind hearing about it. Maybe some recommendations on where I could find some new clothes. There's nothing worth stealing from the poor. When you've gotten your feet wet and nabbing the luxuries the palace has to offer, it's hard to go back. Besides, I gotta blend in with my own kind. I can't go around wearing all of my spoils. Might as well put a target on my back. The people may know my name, but not everyone knows my face. I'm sure you can relate. I'd like to keep it that way for me, at least. Especially if I've got some shopping to do. Okay, how about this as an incentive? Have you got any family or friends you wish you could talk to and tell them how you're doing? I keep tabs on a lot of the stuff going on in the palace. Any letter going in or out could tell me a lot about upcoming events, or even a leave of absence for people who might have otherwise made getting around undetected much more difficult. And not once have I seen anything for or from you. There'd be no need to read whatever you decide to write if I know it's from you. Unless you've got something to hide specifically from me. And here I was, offering you a chance to keep in touch with your loved ones because I care. Way to shatter my dreams of us becoming the best of friends. What's the worst that could happen? That they didn't end up getting any letters? Already happening by your own choice, sweetheart. Unless you're purposely being kept from contacting them, of course. Scared the little king will see you getting cold feet? It's not like you're going out of your way to hide it from me. Well, you're in luck, because nothing that leaves the palace in my hands ever gets seen again by him or anyone who'd snitch on you. Worst I can do is crush your dreams like you've done with mine. An eye for an eye, unless you do something nice for me. Get me those chocolates I asked for next time I visit, pretty please. And maybe a nice tea to go with them while we discuss the frustrations you've been bottling up until this opportunity to write them down and send them to loved ones came to you. Talking them over might do you some good. Better than just reading answers that took days to get to you. Might as well let loose when you're feeling those frustrations in the moment. And if you trust me enough to take these to your loved ones, then you probably trust me enough to tell me how you're feeling, no? You've got one thing over my head as it is. You can easily tell your guards about my favorite entrance to the palace. But, of course, you know what that means for you too. One less key to the outside world. Unfortunately, I have to protect my own well-being from you with incentives too. I hope you understand. I'll trust you once you do what I ask. So, is there anything you'd like to share with your friends and family? Sure, take your time. I'm not in a hurry. Just this? Got anything else that might be a giveaway to prove it's from you? Yeah, this'll do just fine. Alright, want to give me a name for who it's for? And where to? Oh, okay. No, it's nothing. Yeah, I know the place. Might take a bit since I'll have to do some introductions and make myself a bit more trustworthy to them. No one's gonna believe I'm some informant hired by you. Gives you plenty of time to prepare for my next visit. As thanks for doing you a favor. Don't forget.